Hello. Well, I really need to come up with a better way to introduce videos, like some sort of catchphrase or something. I don't know how other people do it, but well, I'll keep having awkward intros. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a regular, welcome back. If you're new, please check out all my other videos. Yeah, I now sound like a YouTuber. Like, this is what YouTubers say. I'm low key getting the hang of this YouTuber thing. Anyway, so wait, what if this ends up on other platforms besides my YouTube? Maybe I'll cut the intro or just, I don't know, figure it out. So, if you haven't watched some of my other videos, please check them out. Subscribe, like, turn on your notification bell so that you see my work. Anyway, without further ado, I don't know why I can't talk properly anymore. Like, without further ado, I feel like my specs are reflecting. Ugh, but I look weird without specs. Do comment in the comment section. Do I look weird without specs? Because I feel that I do. But I'm going to take them off for the sake of this video. So this video is do's and don'ts for a first date, boys edition. If you haven't watched the girls edition, please check it out. It's there somewhere here on this channel. Just navigate, you'll find it. This is the second part because I promised to do a boys edition. So we are navigating first dates. You are either going out with someone who you've been in the friend zone with for a long time, or it's someone you completely met who's someone new. You see, this is the thing about specs. You end up with a discoloration because when you get sunburn, this part where like the thingies of the specs stays lighter. Makes me look weird. Anyway, sorry, I get distracted. So here are the do's and don'ts for boys, the tips you need to know. First thing, if you're a guy and you've asked a girl out on a date and it's your first date with this girl, the very first thing and most important thing is you need to plan ahead. Don't ask someone out and say, we'll go out on Tuesday, then Tuesday arrives and then you meet with a girl. Maybe you decide to meet at a central point, like in town or something, and then you meet in town and you're like, so what do we do? That is very unattractive. Girls like people who know what they're doing. Like, they want guys who plan ahead, who are organized, who make an effort. Because it feels like you're not making an effort if you don't plan ahead. So in other words, what I'm saying is, under planning ahead, you should have a location. Choose the right location for your first date. And the girls' video is mostly focusing on if the date was in a restaurant, but you could choose other different places. Just make sure the places that you choose for a first date are places where you can talk, because you are getting to know someone. Let me just adjust my phone a bit. You're getting to know someone, right? It means probably you don't know them well and you want to know if you're compatible. You want to get to know the person better. So you better choose a place that allows you to talk. That's why restaurants are usually ideal. And the type of restaurants, I'm not talking chicken in. Okay, wait, it depends. It depends on your budget. Maybe you are someone in the Simbisa Brands budget range for a date. You can do that. That's your budget range. That's you. We should all live by our means. We should not don't go for places that are out of your price range that you cannot afford. If the girl doesn't like you and you can only afford Simbisa Brands, then the girl is not for you. The girl is not for you, because whoever is for you will go out anyway where you can, well you choose. Just don't propose there. That's a topic for another video, but on this one, if we were to go to somewhere like Chicken Inn, make sure it's not the Chicken Inns in town. If it's a Chicken Inn in town, look for one that is not crowded. Because if it's all those ones where you pass by 2 minutes, they're so noisy, so crowded, too much is going on, you bump into so many people, there's just too much chaos. My advice, if you are picking a first date spot, pick places that are not in the CBD, because there's just too much going on in the CBD. But if you do have to, and that's what you can afford, look for one that is not too crowded, that is not too busy. That's a tip. Then also, don't yeah, don't be picking, well, race course. Like going to a race course is like a cool date idea for not for a first date. Because the idea, as I said, is you want a setting that is a bit intimate, so you get to know each other, you get to talk. Because if you don't, and you just start with, oh, maybe you go karting, and you have a whole set of activities planned out for your first date, you will see that you spend so much time on everything else besides getting to know each other, which is the point of a first date, getting to know each other. So make sure you pick a venue that is intimate. I'm already 5 minutes into the video. Let me try to speed this shit up. Sorry, this stuff up. Make a reservation. Some restaurants require you to have a reservation. Look into it. If you're booking a nice fancy restaurant, make sure you've made a reservation. And if they just research, in fact, do your research on the place you're going. I've said this for girls too. Always do research on the place you're going. Find out the kind of dressing for that place. Like, how do people dress? Is it like a suit and tie place? Is it a casual place? Figure out the menu of that place and know the menu prices of the place. Research that so that you take a girl to somewhere where you can afford. Because, gentlemen, if you're a gentleman, you are expected to pay for the meal. Though you could find girls who do the whole 50-50 thing, but generally it would be good for you to be able to pay for the girl. Which means it has to be an affordable restaurant. It has to be not affordable, but within your price range. So before you go on Google Maps, Google the place, look at the pictures of the place and see, what do people dress there? How do people dress there? What is on their menu, right? And the price range, so that you have an estimate. Now, here's the thing about the price range. You don't know if your girl has watched my videos before, and if she hasn't, she might not know to order what is affordable. So she might go for the most expensive thing on the menu. So, whatever restaurant you pick, when you're figuring out how much money you should have on you, look for the most expensive item on the menu, the price of that, have enough for that, and something for you to eat. Anticipate that your girl might want the most expensive thing on the menu, so that you do not have too little money, because it is embarrassing to now say, Marangwa is kwana, I don't have enough money. So it's better you overestimate your budget than underestimate your budget. Have more money, have extra money. It's very important to have extra money. So yeah, pre-plan, make sure you have an idea, you have enough money for the place. Then another thing for first dates, dress appropriately. As I said, when you're scoping out the restaurant and you're finding out what the restaurant is like, make sure your dressing suits the place. You can't be wearing all these drip shirts, drip trousers, baggy nonsense to like a 5-star restaurant that is bougie and is like a dress suit kind of place. Don't do that. That is embarrassing. And don't wear fake labels. I'll keep saying it. I'm pretty sure I'll do a video dedicated to that. But anyway, so make sure you're dressed nicely. Don't overdo it. Don't be too dramatic. But then just make sure you're clean. So make sure you're dressed appropriately. Then make sure you smell nice. Dear men, it is very why can't I talk today? It is very unattractive to go out with a guy who stinks. The smell of sweat. You might think I don't know you haven't bathed. Trust me, my nostrils are telling me if you haven't bathed. Invest in a good quality perfume, not one that is too overwhelming. Because there's some colognes that just make you feel dizzy, make you feel sick. Make sure your cologne is not too... won't make someone feel sick, basically is what I'm saying. It shouldn't be too strong and should have a nice scent. And then make sure your clothes are cleaned, well ironed. Just look your best. Look neat. First impressions matter. Then, sorry, I'm looking at my iPhone because I wrote down some of the points so that I don't forget it. So, next point is be punctual. I'll always say this. Be 5 minutes. Get there 5 minutes before the appointed time. There's nothing more unattractive than having to wait for you. Imagine you invite a girl to a date and then she gets there first and sits there waiting for you. It turns her off. She will blacklist you. She will be mad at you. You need to be punctual. The same way she needs to be punctual, you need to be punctual. Don't be late. Then, don't be stiff. Try and engage, like have engaging conversations. It's a first date. Don't go too deep into issues, but surface issues, but that give you a rough idea of the kind of person that this person is. So don't ask intrusive questions that are uncomfortable, but also ask questions that are leading and open-ended so the person can continue and you can have a long, flowing, nice conversation. Above all, don't lie and be yourself, because if you lie in the future, it will be a problem. Listen actively. Most men might not have a problem with this, but then there's some guys who will talk and talk and talk about themselves and not actually listen to what your partner is saying. So be an attentive listener. Listen to things. There's nothing more annoying than a guy asking you something. Like they'll be like, "Oh, so when's your birthday?" But you told them on your first date. So what's your this? Of course you might not remember everything, but if you're an attentive listener during your first date, you should be able to know some of these things later on than having to constantly ask what you've been told because you've been focusing too much on yourself. So yeah, as I said, be yourself. Mind your table manners. Don't be chewing like you are an animal. Like, don't smack your mouth when you're eating. Don't talk with your mouth full of food. Basic etiquette. In fact, I might make a video on etiquette, on table etiquette. I might do that if you want it. Write in the comment section if you want me to cover a video on etiquette. So, but basically, obey the rules of etiquette when you're going out. Then, let me see. Well, it's a first date. Just be prepared for any ending, guys. The girl might or might not like you at the end of the day, but probably she will be the one. If you follow my tips and tricks, my do's and don'ts, it might make things better. Just don't embarrass yourself by doing something that is just... Don't be obnoxious and don't be loud, rowdy, and obnoxious when you're out. And if you have a lot of money, don't brag about your money. We don't want to know how much money you have. I don't care how much money you have because it's not my money, it's your money. So don't brag. Well, that is it for the boys edition video. I hope you watch it. If you've watched it to the end, thank you so much. Leave a like, a comment. And subscribe, guys. I need subscribers. I'm not even up to 100 subscribers yet, but I have hope and faith that this channel will grow. Also follow me on my other platforms. I am _Roseline_N on Instagram. I am also _Roseline_N_, I think, on TikTok. Basically, I use the same handle for all my social media platforms, except on Twitter. I'm Nyasha Shoniwa 2 on Twitter. So please do follow. Oh, and do follow my my Facebook page. Yeah, I got a Facebook page, guys. Actually, I have 2 Facebook pages. The first one is my account. It just says Nyasha Shoniwa. Follow that one. There's a lot of content in that one. Then the second one is Live with Rose. Yeah, because I'm Rose and stuff. So yeah, please do check out my other pages. Leave a comment, leave a like, share, invite other people to subscribe. Give me tips and tricks on how I can make these videos better, because I'm trying to grow in this art. I want to look back at these videos ages from now and be like, wow, I've come a long way. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Love you. Stay